Welcome to Battle Network Academy. In this video, I'll be going over the special style chips from Battle Network 2 and Battle Network 3. These chips are able to be used by any style. It is the element of that style that determines what chip you're able to use. In Battle Network 2, having a fire element style will allow you to use Big Red Wave. This attack will send 3 waves across the battlefield starting from your back row, dealing 220 fire damage. This attack can be blocked by broken panels, whole panels, and objects. Having an Aqua element style will allow you to use Freeze Bomb. This attack throws a bomb 3 panels away from Mega Man. When it lands on the panel, 5 ice spikes will appear in a plus shape, dealing 180 Aqua damage. The ice spikes will not spawn if the bomb lands on a broken or whole panel. Getting hit by one of these ice spikes will freeze opponents, turning them into an ice cube for 300 frames, or 5 seconds. There's also a bug with this attack. When an enemy gets hit by an ice spike while they're paralyzed, they will be frozen indefinitely until they get hit by an attack that would make them flinch. Re-paralyzing them or re-freezing them will also knock them out of this. I've been able to get this to work in PvE, but I have not been able to figure out how to get this to work in PvP. I don't know if it's different with players, but I haven't gotten to work. It might be there, I don't know. While in an Elec element style, you'll be able to use the Sparker chip. This attack will deal 100 Elec damage 8 panels around Mega Man. You can chip charge this attack. By holding down the A button, you can sacrifice HP to boost this attack. The longer you hold down the A button, the more damage will be added. You'll be able to sacrifice all of your HP right down to 1, even if you don't have Undershirt. While you're chip charging, you are completely invulnerable. Do keep in mind though, that you can still die if you're standing on a poison panel. While in a wood element style, you're able to use Gaia Sword. This attack hits a 1x3 area directly in front of Mega Man, just like Wide Sword, dealing 200 wood damage. This attack will consume all damaging chips you load after it in your CUS screen, adding their damage to Gaia Sword's attack. In Battle Network 3, these attacks were switched to Mega Chips, and some of them were changed. While in a fire element style, you're able to use Standout and Salamander. Using this chip will send a fireball down the row or column that you're in and will travel to the nearest hole, damaging anything that's in its path, dealing 220 or 300 fire damage. The fireball will not spawn if there is no hole in the same row or column as Mega Man. While in an Aqua element style, you're able to use Waterline or Fountain. To use this attack, you need to have a broken or hole panel directly in front of you. Using this chip in front of a hole will summon a geyser that will send a line of bubbles down the row, dealing 180 or 240 Aqua damage. These bubbles will crack all panels that it travels over and will break cracked panels. These bubbles are also able to travel over broken and whole panels. While in an Elec element style, you are able to use Lightning and Bolt. This attack will summon lightning to strike any object that's on the field, dealing 160 or 210 Elec damage to the 8 panels that are around that object. This can hit multiple objects at the same time, stacking the damage on certain panels. And if you're in a wood element style, you are able to use Gaia Sword and Gaia Blade. This attack, like in Battle Network 2, deals 100 wood damage. It will consume all damaging chips that you load after it in your CUS screen and add their damage to Gaia Sword or Gaia Blade. Both Gaia Sword and Gaia Blade do the same base 100 wood damage. The difference between the two being that Gaia Sword hits a 1x3 like Wide Sword, and Gaia Blade hits a 2x1 like Long Sword. And in Battle Network 3, loading Salamander Star, Fountain Star, Bolt Star, and Gaia Blade Star will give you Master Style. Master Style will summon several other Mega Men to go jump your opponent. This attack will hit 8 times, dealing 100 damage per hit. After the barrage, Mega Man will unleash an explosion on your opponent's field, dealing an additional 100 damage. This explosion hits all enemies that are on the field in PvP, and will also damage all enemy-owned objects. Oh man, get all the way through editing this video and I realized I didn't add any closing thoughts, like I usually do. This has been one of those ones that people have been asking for a while, so sorry to keep you waiting on it. These are some pretty fun and unique chips, I really like them. I feel like I gotta play Battle Network 2 and 3 more. Like, I've made a couple 2 builds recently, and by recently, it's like maybe a couple months ago. It's been a bit. But I don't play 3 very often, and I think I can make some pretty cool stuff with this. I'll have to look into it later, now that I got this whole folder building thing going now. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.